Welcome back to Love and Romance Tarot Readings. I'm excited to get into today's video because today we're doing an interesting pick a card. We're tapping in to see, why do people stare at you? What do strangers see when they look at you? Why do they find themselves drawn to you? How do you appear to strangers, people who you haven't built a relationship with? First impressions as well, kind of thing. So yeah, that's what we're tapping into today, to basically see, like, you know, how people view you, people that you don't know, people that you haven't really talked to. So my Etsy shop is linked in the description below. If you would like a private tarot reading with me, that is where you can find me. Other than that, you can pause the video if you need more time with the piles, but we're just gonna get started. So we have group 1 with these sunstone crystal points. There's that. Group 2 with the finchonite crystal point. There's that one. Group 3 with the apatite crystal point. And group 4 with the green zebra stone crystal point. So there's that. So like I said, take as much time as you need, and we're just gonna jump right in. All right, if you chose group 1 with the sunstone crystal points, this is your reading, tapping in to see why strangers stare at you. What are their first impressions of you? What do they think of you? How do people see you? First impressions before they really get to know you. How do people see you? So let's see what energy you hold. Spirit, this is for group 1 with the sunstone. How do strangers view their energy for group 1? How do they see them? What do they think of them? Ooh, an intellectual. So we have Gemini that came out first of all. So they see you as someone who actually is very mutable. Someone who seems to be one way when you're under one setting, another way when you're under another. You guys may have like RBF, like resting bee face, and then once you make eye contact or you realize someone is staring, you may give them like a courtesy smile, something like that. And it's almost like your whole energy changes. Like I'm seeing like almost like a chameleon when they, you know, like they morph their skin to mutate to like whatever background. It's kind of like that. Then your energy, you become conscious of your energy, and then you shift it because you're like, oh yeah, I'm in public, let me not look crazy or look scary, you know, something like that. We have Aries, so they see you as someone who's very energetic, also someone who's very quirky, someone who really kind of lives for themselves, someone who doesn't necessarily dress like everyone else does. There's always something unique about your look of the day. Also, I feel like you guys dress different from day to day, especially with that Gemini energy backing the Aries energy. That's kind of like someone who does what they want to do, dresses how they want to dress, allows themselves to feel how they feel. But also with the Gemini, I feel like you may really pay attention to detail. You may tweak what you wear. I feel like you guys look presentable though. You definitely dress for the occasion. We got a lot of the signs coming out. We got Libra now. So we got 2 air sign placements. Libra is into small chic details. Libras tend to dress very romantic, but also simple and clean. I find that Libras a lot of times gravitate towards like the clean girl aesthetic or the clean boy aesthetic, where they look very like clean and chic. And then again, with the details that you have in common with that Gemini energy there. Whoop. Got a bunch of cards that flew out. I'm not going to take all of those, but I will take this one that fell on the floor and the one that flipped over. We have Uranus and the Moon. So you guys are a bit unpredictable. I mean, Uranus is the great awakener. Whenever there's a Uranus energy affecting the collective, like it always brings in change that literally, who could have even predicted that? No one expected that. What a wild turn of events. I feel like you guys have like your big three. I feel like maybe 3 different elements, like air, earth, and water, because there's so many sides to you that it's like you dress depending on which aspect in your chart you're resonating most with. So like, say you had a Scorpio rising. I have a Scorpio rising personally. So I'm a Cancer, but I have a Scorpio rising. So I like to dress, you know, more Cancerian. I love, you know, florals. I love like the frilly, cutesy stuff. But also when I'm feeling more like my Scorpio rising, then I'm wearing all black, then I'm wearing leather, then it's sleek, then it's sexy, you know, that kind of thing. So I feel like you guys have that too, where it's like you may resonate more with your rising or your moon sign one day, and because your moon sign may be in a whole different element than like your rising or your sun sign, it may be a whole different aesthetic you're rocking. I feel like you guys are like that. So people see you as sweet, romantic, but also a bit fiery. Gemini, definitely intelligent. Uranus, again, it's the great awakener. You don't really know what to expect with Uranus energy. There's no way to tell what's coming. So with that Uranus energy, I feel like your personality is different from day to day. Also, I feel like you're different from like the workspace to home to like, you're not just like the same no matter where you are. Like, I feel like you also relate to all sorts of people. You may like to have a very diverse friend group, people who are from all walks of life or into all sorts of different things. So depending on the friend group you're with will determine like, you know, where your energy kind of sits. But we have the moon. People really don't know how to take you at first. I feel like this tightness in my throat, like you give people like kind of anxiety. They may get choked up around you, or you may find that you say hi to people and it's like they literally stop like, and it's like, why does that keep happening? I'm getting a little bit of that energy with you. So let's see from here, Spirit, for Sunstone. How do strangers see them? Why do people stare at them? You're an anomaly. People can't, they find you to be hard to read. They don't really know what to make of you. Yeah, we have the Pioneer. The Pioneer says passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So you're definitely someone who's more experimental with your style. And I was feeling that from the beginning. I don't feel like you guys just go with the trends. I feel like you're the type like you're the type like if you wore 80s hairstyles, like if you're a part of our older, you know, generation and you really love the hairstyles of the 80s, you're someone who's gonna keep that 80s hairstyle, and they're gonna have to take it out of your cold dead hands because you feel like that's the best style. You are a pioneer. You're like, listen, I'm gonna go with what I like and what I feel looks best on me. I don't care if it's out of trend. I don't care. Like, I feel like you guys that's like me and oh, what's that style called? I just can't let it go. I can't even describe it. It's like a mix of 2 different styles, but it's basically this like you know, where like people used to wear like a lot of camo and like, I don't know how to describe it, like hardware. It's kind of like, I can't even describe the style, so I'm not even gonna try. But anyways, you guys just know I relate to that. We got the Virgin that came out, maintaining symbolic purity of the heart and spirit. And this is a part of what makes you such an anomaly. Let me raise this up so we can fit more cards in. This is what makes you more of an anomaly, because you may be like someone like, so like I was saying before, like if say you had a Scorpio rising and you were feeling edgy and sexy, people may try to approach you in a way where it's like, ooh, you know, they're trying to have like be like funny with you and in an intimate kind of way, like making sexy jokes with you or whatever. And your true nature is like, it's deceiving, because it's like you come off one way when you're really another. You know, you may come off as like an edgelord, but really you're like super soft, and people are like, they find it so hard to figure you out. We have the Thief. It says sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. So tapping into that energy, I feel like you have a very strong sense of self, and you are, I feel like you can spot a narcissist, you can spot an energy vampire, seriously, from a mile away. From a mile away. Like, you're not someone who will ever end up, I'm hearing again for some of you, in a situation with someone who just wants to be vampiric and take and take and take from you. You can see straight through people. I feel like if you are in the midst of an opportunist, you're gonna suss them out immediately. You're like, you just want to take from me. You think you can benefit from this friend group, or you think you can benefit from this situation. You're just trying to climb the ladder. You know, if you're at the club in a section and it's your friend's birthday and your friend is rich, someone may try to make friends with you to get closer to the friend that is rich, but you can see straight through them. Like, I feel like you have a really good radar where it's like you can tell if people are being disingenuous. And then we have the rescuer. So I feel like at the end of the day, your friends really benefit from having you in their life. You're someone who will get people out of trouble. You may have picked your friends up from jail before, or, you know, help them out of a financial situation, something like that. Provide strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. So you guys are really selfless, but I feel like something about your aesthetic is like misleading to who you are. And you also may dress for protection, I'm hearing. Like, you may dress more edgy. You may put on an outfit that like kind of just energetically says, don't fuck with me, if you're feeling more soft and vulnerable. Spirit, what else can you tell me about group 1? We got the Death card. Yeah, that's giving Scorpionic energy. You guys may have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, or Scorpio in your Mars, because I feel like you guys go through a lot of rebirths. Also, when you're done, you're done. We have the Magician in reverse. You know when to wipe your hands clean of something. People get very intimidated by you. There's this uncanny raw energy about you, because with the Magician in reverse, when strangers or people stare at you, it's like they can tell that your heart is open. They can feel energetically that you have an open heart chakra. The Magician in reverse is like, I'm not trying to come up off of you. Like, I'm not looking for an opportunity. I'm not an opportunist. I'm not trying to control the situation. With the Death card is almost like pure, what's the word I'm looking for? Like pure release, like full surrender. And the Death card is giving me a little bit of an edgy energy. I feel like you guys like to dress dark. I'm seeing like red and purple and black. Like, I feel like someone may have purple hair, or you may gravitate towards red hair, redheads. Okay, that's so random, but someone has a thing for redheads. Anyways, that's not what this is about today. Okay, let's keep going. Queen of Swords, Page of Wands. So you guys have this kind of childlike nature. I feel like you guys give the natural and the star energy. Like, if you have read Robert Greene's book, what is it called? The Art of Seduction. There's these different archetypes, and I'm getting the natural and I'm getting the star with you guys. You can take quizzes online as well, but you can find like the audiobook on YouTube and listen to it for the free. But yeah, we have the Queen of Swords and the Page of Wands. So it's like there's this interesting juxtaposition where you stand up for yourself. You're very strong and powerful, Queen of Swords, and then I'm hearing like respectfully with love, because you still have that feminine touch that the King of Swords, he's very much so like, this is what it is. I'm going to cut you off before you even get the chance to screw me over. I'm going to lead, you know, in the way that I best see fit. Whereas the Queen of Swords is a bit more receptive. She does give you an opportunity before she completely cuts you off, but once she sees what she doesn't like, she's cutting you off. And then we have the Page of Swords. So there's this like childlike optimism and playful energy with you. I feel like you guys like adventure parks, like theme parks. You like, you may be really into Disney. You may like roller coasters. Maybe you've skydived before. There's a little bit of a thrill seeker energy with you guys. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So I feel like you gravitate towards people who are strong, and also you gravitate towards people who have like these maybe darker backstories, like people who have struggled with substances, or people who struggled as a youth, you know, people who have been abandoned in some way. I feel like you guys gravitate towards those placements with the Five of Swords because I see you guys being comfortable with chaotic people. Like when people are chaotic, it's like something about you. You have the ability to accept people as they are, and you may even gravitate towards those kind of people. And I feel like it's because they live their truth. They're not trying to be perfect. They're not trying to convince you of anything. It's just like them living in their truth, doing their thing, doing their best. And I feel like you honor that more than you will honor someone who just is trying to be perfect. Even if they seem like perfectly compatible with you, if you can tell that they're just trying to be perfect, like I feel like you'll gravitate towards someone who's imperfect, but a little messy and chaotic versus someone who's like got it all together. So you seem to be like an anomaly, because it's like usually, you know, when people go into a situation where they have to make friends, they're going to make friends with the people who have got it together, right? Which is why everyone tries to be perfect, because they know that that's what's going to, you know, cause them to be accepted by more people. But with you, I kind of just get this opposite energy. We have the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So you guys may have come across some crazy wealth. You may come from a rich family, or you may seem rich, like you have the ability to travel the world. You may have a lot of potential. People can see in the workplace you do not F around. King of Pentacles is someone who's in control of themselves. So I feel like, and that's what I was saying in the beginning, I'm like, you seem to be different in this situation, but totally different in that situation. Like in the workplace, you may be super straight edge, you know, super moral, right and wrong. You're not going to gossip all day. You're not going to cheat the system. You're not going to put in the least amount of work possible, because one thing about you is you value stability. So I feel like you guys are saving for a house, or you're big on saving. You may already have a house. I feel like stability is very important to you. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So you have the work ethic to match it. Not just a bunch of dreams and goals, but also like a plan. Eight of Cups in reverse. You have a little bit of a Lana Del Rey or a sad girl aesthetic. You guys may have been on sad girl Tumblr a while ago, like years ago when Tumblr was popping and cool and the sad girl Lord era was in. What was that like? I don't know what era was that, like 2013 through 16 maybe? I don't know. Probably before that too. But specifically like that sad girl era, because Eight of Cups in reverse, you tend to stay attached to your exes for a long time. When it comes to your heart space, romance may be like your kryptonite. That may be the one area where you have a hard time cutting people off, because I picked up an energy where it's like, oh, you're gonna cut somebody off, like you will cut them off with love, respectfully. But romance may be your kryptonite. That may be the one area where you really find it hard to let people go. Or you may just kind of like have this sadness in your heart for the people that you have to cut off. You may do what you need to do at the end of the day, you know, but still like you'll be the person to break up with someone but still be sad. Spirit, what else can you tell me? Why do people stare at them? How do people view group one? The sacred flow of yes. People see you as a very giving person, as a genuine person. I feel like you're big on sharing. Someone's guide said, not their food though. You should see them. Someone's guide is going in on them right now. I can hear someone's guide like, not their food though. You should see them when they got that fork in their hand. Now don't play with their plate. They'll share with you, you know, resources if they got it, but don't play with their plate. Funny. We have ambush fear with your ferocious dream. So there's an energy here of you guys kind of being fearless, and I was getting that energy with the thrill seeker elements to your spread. But when it comes to your dreams and goals and aspirations, you go for it. Like, and that's what makes, you know, comedians so funny. The comedians that are willing to really bare their soul for the sake of the joke, like totally embarrass themselves or come across as ugly, not appealing for the sake of the joke, those are the funniest ones. The ones who will really take it there, say the things that other people won't say. That's what makes, you know, comedians really funny, and this can apply anything. People who really go against the grain and dress how they want to dress because this is how they feel or this is what they like. Like, these are the placements or the qualities that we gravitate towards. People who have the ability to like take it there, and I feel like you're one of those people. Bravely market your magic. You're also someone who's not afraid to talk about spirituality or like more taboo things. So like when it comes to working with certain like bodily things, like you're someone who will talk about it because you know the power that it has. Someone who is very specific. If you guys do spell work, not everyone does spell work, but if you do spell work, I feel like you guys are willing to take it there. You're willing to use, like, you know, I feel like you guys may gravitate towards hoodoo, because hoodoo is more of like a tradition and it's all about using what you have. So it's not about using flowers and herbs and oils. It's sometimes you may have to like really get dirty, you know, and use something that's gonna be really effective. I feel like you guys are willing to take it there. You bravely market your magic. You may wear a lot of crystals, like crystal necklaces, crystal rings. You may dress more eclectic. I'm hearing Renaissance Festival. I don't know why I'm hearing that. That may be where you got something significant, like your first crystal or your first something, or you may like Renaissance festivals, something like that lifestyle or something I'm hearing. And then we have celebrate your wins. So with you, it really seems like you are on the winning team. It really seems like your life is a party, and not in the sense where it's like you don't have any structure and you don't take anything seriously, but in the sense that you have these seasons and you like to celebrate yourself. You also like to celebrate other people. Birthdays may be very significant for you when it comes to celebrating your friends' birthdays. You really go all out. There's an energy here of really uplifting people and kind of living like a party, but it's work hard, play hard type of energy, because when it comes to your stability, you work hard, 10 toes. It's not a game when you're at work. You don't bring the party to work, but when it's time to party, you party. You may like to organize parties, holiday parties, or like Friendsgiving. You guys are the type to throw a Friendsgiving, like an extra Thanksgiving, just with the friends, with the people that like you love, the people that aren't your birth family, but that you feel are family. That may be something you've always wanted to do. And yeah, that's what I got for you guys, group one. Very interesting group. My Etsy shop is linked in the description if you'd like a private tarot reading. That is where you can find me. But that is what I have for you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group two with the Finchonite crystal points, this is your reading. We're using the Tarot Illuminati for you guys today. And we're gonna get into it. Why do strangers stare at you? How do people see you? People that do not know you. What are their first impressions of you? What do they think of you before they really get to know you? What are their first impressions, initial thoughts, that kind of thing. So let's see, Spirit, this is for group two with the Finchonite. How do people see them? How do people... Got one that flipped over. We got Virgo. So you seem to be, see, the thing about Virgo, I feel like Virgo is so misunderstood. One thing about Virgo is Virgo will play the long game. You know, you may win the battle with a Virgo, but you will not win the war. And that is their strong suit. They're not all about exercising force right away or being cold and callous. They're very calculated, very detail oriented, and they do things right. I always think of the greats when I think of Virgo, because Virgo seriously has some of the most amazing entertainers in their sign. I think of Michael Jackson, perfection. I think of Beyonce, you know, perfection. And it's not about perfection as in, oh, are they the best to do it? It's like everything is intentional. You know, like Beyonce's not out here doing interviews in the age of social media where everyone's like, you got to get with the times. Virgo's like, no, I'm playing, or Beyonce's like, I'm playing the long game. So anyways, people see you as someone willing to play the long game. People see you as someone who's very detail-oriented, calculated, but calculated in the sense of your personal energy, not calculated in the sense of people see you as like someone who's calculating, trying to like get over on them, not that kind of thing. And Virgo doesn't really have that. Virgo also has that strong maiden mother energy. So Virgo's more like calculated for the purpose of, I'm going to think about how this will affect someone else before I do it. So people see you as someone who's very there's a conservative energy here, and it's not conservative in the sense like, oh, this is how you dress, or it's conservative in the sense of you're conscious of giving away your own energy. You're aware of how much you give. I don't feel like you guys ever fully give yourself to anyone. Like in relationships, people may think they have all of you, but there's like something in you, a part of you that you will not lose, because you know that someone having that part of you would just be dangerous. Or they don't know how to, Spirit is saying keep those two. They don't know how to handle it. We got Taurus. Ugh, I love a good Taurus. I freaking gravitate towards Taurus placements. Me and Taurus are like this. You guys have Taurian energy, so you know when to go get it. A lot of earth energy here as well. We got some Venusian energy. We got Venus. You seem to be someone who, oh, that's what they're saying. Magnetic. Your magnetism is what attracts people to you. They don't even know they're getting pulled into your web until like they've been in a relationship with you for a while, and then they kind of turn around like, how do we get here? I wonder if you guys find your partners to be like that, because you guys are like a charmer, but people do not know that you're charming them until essentially, you know, you already have them. They've already pursued you, agreed to a relationship with you, moved in with you, or you've moved in with them. They've already invited you into their life, introduced you to their friends, family, parents, whatever. There's like a moon here, like a very feminine energy about you, a very receptive energy, very strong aura. You guys are very magnetic, I'm hearing. You have a very strong aura. You pull people in. So Spirit is saying for you, if you're trying to manifest things, focus on your aura. The way that you manifest is less external, and you may have found like in your childhood, you attracted like friends or opportunities, or I'm getting like a little bit of an energy where teachers may have always chosen you to like, oh, okay, we got to get something from the office. I'm gonna give the pass to you. Can you go grab this from the office? That kind of thing. Like teachers or, you know, people, grown adults, they have respect for you, or they see you as equally yoked. You may find that older people say that you're mature, or, you know, mature for your age, something like that. Like you have this ability to resonate with their energy. And Spirit is saying, going back to the manifestation, Spirit is saying if you're struggling to manifest, it's because you're trying to control the energy externally to you. That has never been your way. You have always been you've always had the ability to attract things to you. So returning back to that space where you're calling your power back. First of all, call your power back. I would do a spiritual bath, and then I would call your power back, and then I would cleanse your physical space, like lighting some sage, Palo Santo, or spraying some Florida water, whatever way you like to cleanse your physical space. And then I would do a deep meditation, 1 hour meditation. And I know that's a long time, but really challenge yourself. Maybe break it up to like 15 minutes, you know, but I want you to do this in the same day. So you have this very powerful oomph of energy all in one day. Spend 15 minutes at a time if you have to, but 4 times a day, once in the morning, then at lunch, then later, and then at night. 15 minutes, literally looking at yourself as if you are a ball of energy and calling your energy to you, or calling what you want to you. Spirit is saying focusing on your magnetism is how you manifest things. So I know this is about like, why do people stare at you, how they describe you, but that's a channeled message that came through. Some of you guys have been struggling with manifestation. Dang, Spirit said for years. Some of you haven't truly been able to manifest anything big for years, and it's because some way along the lines, I think you started to get influenced or just lost in the sauce. You started to get influenced by people outside of you, maybe because you wanted more, or, you know, whatever, but that's when things stopped working. So we have Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. You know, I'm learning Jupiter, even though Jupiter has a lot of good things to it. Jupiter is like the planet of the home, the planet of expansion. Jupiter is also an exasperator. So if you have a strong Venus energy, Venus and Jupiter conjunct, I wonder if you have that in your chart anywhere. If you do, that means a lot of things end up getting blown out of proportion or going too far. And that's why you don't want to try to ask for more, because you may be overshooting it. Like, so say your goal is here, but you're using the manifestation technique of someone outside of you. So you're overshooting it. So you're never able to, it's like you miss your target, you know? And it's like, you don't want to be like someone who doesn't know anything. So it's like, you can't make it to your manifestation, but also you've been overshooting it. So I feel like there's some sort of powerful energy in your chart that, really makes it so you seriously have to manifest in your way, like your way. You can't go by what other people say, because it's going to cause you to overshoot it or undershoot it or send your energy the wrong direction. Spirit just keeps bringing that in. Venus and Jupiter, you seem like husband material, wife material, life partner material, best friend material. People really like you and they really gravitate towards you. They really can control it. They find themselves like, people feel the need to please you or to have you in agreement with them. If you think people are right, then they think they're right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could see in front of their face, like if they say, this guy's got a purple tint to it, and everybody in the room says no it doesn't, but you guys say yeah it does have a purple tint to it, that's all the validation they need. You may find that people really hang on your word. People really like treat you like God, like everything you say is true. I don't know what it is about your energy, but you have this ability to energetically disarm people to let yourself in. Wow, you guys, this is really, really cool. This is really cool. I've never really picked up on an energy like this before. Spirit for group 2, why do people stare at them? Because a queen is what I embody. We have the queen, we have the teacher, and we have the child eternal. The child eternal says determination to remain young in the mind, body, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. I feel like you guys always have a very interesting perspective. And also you have like this childlike spirit where you are genuinely optimistic. I feel like you're generally you're a pretty happy person. Like, you guys don't really struggle with, well, I mean, everyone struggles with low times and things like that. And also there's periods in the collective where it's just kind of impossible to be too high on life, because like we're collective, we're a collective. So you're going to feel what other people are going through. But I feel like you guys generally have a pretty positive attitude. And you're a pretty happy person. We have the queen here, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Exactly. People see you like you really do have this benevolent authority. Like, people really respect you, respect your opinion. People see you as the right way to do things. You guys come off as like the bar, you know, kind of like you exude this perfection energy. And it's, again, not about being perfect. Michael Jackson has had horrible performances. Well, I don't know if that's true, to be honest, but I'm sure Beyonce's, you know, screwed up. Michael Jackson screwed up at some point. It's not about literally being perfect, but it's about being perfectly imperfect. And you really are the bar for that. And then we have the teacher, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, and wisdom. Oh my God, Virgo, having a Virgo as a spiritual mentor, like, I keep going back to the Virgo energy. I feel like you guys have a very strong Virgo placement. But having a Virgo as a spiritual mentor is really like best case scenario, because they're not going to go for the cheap thrills and teach you like, you know, all the cool stuff without the important stuff. They're going to teach you everything slowly but surely, make sure you get all of it. And I feel like that's how you guys are. You're very much so like, oh, we got the shapeshifter for you guys. I feel like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just kind of like you're perfect, really. But you know, like this existence, everything exists in perfect harmony, which is why we're able to exist, but it's not perfect. You know, perfection is more about harmony and the good and the bad existing together versus literally things being like pleasant, if that makes sense. The shapeshifter, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, the ability to see the potential in everything. I feel like that's connecting to everything we were just talking about, and that's reiterating everything that we've picked up on so far. Also, you may find that animals, they kind of calm down in your presence, or babies calm down in your presence. We got the child nature at the bottom of the deck. Babies may calm down in your presence. Animals may always find themselves attracted to you. You guys may be really fascinated by snake charmers or zookeepers, or animals in general. I'm picking up on whales terrify you, but you want to, like, you're fascinated by them still. Or also like octopi. Is it octopi or is it, I don't know what the plural is for octopus, but octopi, squid, intelligent aquatic animals. Some of you really find yourself attracted to. All right, let's keep going. Spirit, why do people stare at group 2? Nine of Pentacles in reverse. There's this like calm surrender that you guys have. And it doesn't really make sense. We have the Ace of Cups, King of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Swords, and the Strength card in reverse. Your vulnerability is your superpower, is your strong suit. People are so amazed at your ability to kind of like keep it real. Like if you're hurting, you will say that you're hurting, but it's like, or if you feel jealous of someone, you will admit that you're jealous of them, and people are so taken aback by that and thrown off by that. Also, you guys disrupt reality, I'm hearing. Like, you know, like, so going into further with that example, like you may admit that you're jealous of someone, and that will kind of like snap people out of the matrix of trying to pretend that everything is always fine, or, you know, like everything is always good, and, you know, we never experience low vibrational feelings like jealousy. You know, you have the ability to admit that or surrender to that frequency, allow yourself to feel that, and it snaps people out of reality. And that's just an example. You know, you'll see this manifested in totally different situations. Like, oh, okay, so like when you're in the workplace, you know, there's like those workplace politics. You guys don't really play those workplace politics, so you'll come in and you will speak on if something is, you know, cliquey or politicky, you know, in the workplace, and it'll throw people off. Like you'll communicate to your manager, like, it seems like you choose favorites. And it'll throw them off because instead of just trying to be their favorite, you're calling them out on their BS. So it's like you kind of disrupt people's reality or disrupt the illusion in a way. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Cups. You guys have a very strong magnetism. I'm telling you, if you've been struggling with manifesting, Spirit is saying it's about your magnetism. That's the piece of the puzzle you're missing. You have all the knowledge. You have all of the know-how as far as how to make something happen when it is time. But using your magnetism to bring things to you is just how things work. For you best. We have the Ace of Cups. So there's just this energy of always being okay, always having enough, things always working out for you, even though things will look very chaotic for you on the outside. Nine of Pentacles in reverse is a card of really having no stability, but you guys have this ability to surrender to the way that things are and say like, okay, this is what it is for now, but I know that it will get better. There's like this deep knowing and trust that you guys have. And again, that's your superpower. Your magnetism. That's why you have the ability to let things go and say, I still know that it's going to work out. And some of you will attribute it to God, and you know, God has a role in everything. God, power, infinite intelligence, but a lot of it really is you, your magnetism. We have the Queen of Cups. I feel like you guys are a lover, not a fighter. I feel like you guys are a nurturer, a mother. And when I think of a mother, like when I think of my mother, my mom is a jack of all trades. She has, man, that woman is amazing. Like, you know, and she's not always nice. She's not, well, my mom is, but other moms aren't always nice, aren't always they give you discipline when they have to. And that's what makes a mother, not just someone who's nice and nurturing and an enabler, but a true mother is someone who will take the blow, will have you hate them or not like them temporarily so that you can reach as far as you possibly can in life. There's so much sacrifice and losing of battles to win the wars that mothers go through, and I feel like you guys embody that energy. Now this is crazy. We got the Queen of Cups in the freaking Tower. I'm telling you, you guys come in and up. Like, you guys come in and turn people's lives inside out, upside down with your perspective. You guys have a lot of Uranian energy, a lot of Uranus energy. I wouldn't be surprised if your Uranus was like an Aries or something in your astrology chart, or Taurus, one of the more like are powerful, very like direct signs versus like receptive signs like Cancer, Libra, just to give you an example. But anyways, yeah, we got the Tower and the Queen of Cups. So there's just like this energy of you guys being a lover, but also being very fair, very warm, but also like very direct, and will, you know, like, I just get lioness energy. Like, I will do whatever for mine, you know. I will, whatever is needed, you guys will do that. And that's the thing, like, a lot of people won't do that. They'll do like whatever they want to do, whatever they feel in the moment. But you guys are very calculated, like, okay, this is gonna get me here, so even though it may feel better to do that, I'm gonna do this because this is gonna get me to my finish line. So a lot of people may feel like you're not very powerful, but like, they don't get it. They don't realize, like, this little battle that you're winning, it doesn't matter if it's tomorrow or the next day or next month. I am winning the war. And a lot of people find themselves shocked that you always seem to end up better than where they left you if they leave your life, or that you end up like rising to the occasion. You end up way farther than people thought you would. And I feel like that foresight, again, you guys have so many superpowers, and it's all internal stuff. We got the Seven of Wands. Like, you guys have so much grit, so much power, so much tenacity. People don't get it. They don't get it because a lot of people are worried about the now, but you guys really do have the ability to play the long game. Now, depending on your chart, if you have any of those placements that can make you a little bit more likely to hold on to resentment, I feel like some of you guys are like, I am karma. Like, you're some of you, like, in a shadowy aspect, this may look like someone who, they're gonna get their lick back, okay? It doesn't matter if it's years later. Like, I don't forget. I'm not gonna forgive, and I'm getting my lick back. Like, whatever you did, trust, is gonna come back 10 times harder. So for some of you, that may be a shadow aspect of this energy, but we have one step ahead is all you need. A lot of people see your potential. I feel like you really are a threat in the workplace, specifically to your managers. One step ahead is all you need. They see you and they're like, dang, if they have that bachelor's degree, they would take my job. Or if they end up as assistant manager, they're gonna end up my manager. Like, people, one step ahead is all you need. People see you as someone who is lacking like one thing. Little do they know you've been working on that for years. You already have a plan of how you're gonna get it, and they're not even gonna see it coming. But people see your potential and are very intimidated by that group too. We have accept and receive. There's a sacred flow with you guys, where it's like the art of giving and receiving, you guys have like down pat. You're a giver, someone who's not conservative when it comes to giving of your energy, but also you expect people to give to you. And if that flow of giving and receiving ain't right, it's not gonna be no more. But something about giving and receiving, you have this ability to give and always get it back. You could have like $10 in your bank account, but you know, buy like your coworker lunch who you know is struggling, buy them a $5 lunch because you know you're gonna get it back. Like, I feel like you will give and you know that you're gonna get it back somewhere. Wow, group 2, I really love this energy. I love your energy. That is what strangers think of you. That is why people stare at you, first impressions, all of that. My Etsy shop is in the description below. If you would like a private tarot reading, you can find me there. But that is what I have for you guys today, and I will talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 3 with the Appetite Stone, this is your reading. Why do strangers stare at you? What are the first impressions people get of you? How do they see your energy before they really get to know you? What do people think of you and your energy? Spirit, this is for Group 3 with the Appetite Stone. How do people see them? How do people observe their energy? So we immediately got air and Aries. Wow, talk about stroking the fire. We got air and Aries. So Aries always has a strong sense of self, very strong sense of self. Air though, I feel like you're a student of life, someone who maybe very spiritual, but not spiritual. And that's the thing, spirituality is associated with crystals and the Kabbalah and learning and the emerald tablets, or, you know, like these certain, like the Hermetica, like spirituality is associated with certain like spiritual content, but spirituality is the study of the spirit itself, and your spirit is just not confined by a book. So you can be very spiritual and learning through life, learning through self. You guys know yourself like the back of your hand. A lot of people don't know themselves, and it's because they're so busy chasing after what they think they want to be. With you, I feel like you've fully embraced yourself, and it's damn near unapologetic. Not to say that you don't get influenced by what other people think, but one thing you will not do, I feel, is change yourself for someone who does not know themselves, doesn't have like, I feel like you guys have a very strong sense of self, and it's because you've lost yourself somewhere along the way. And now that you're back, and now that you're conscious again, and now that you're aware of what's going on and how things are, you know, affecting you, of these different truths that you've developed, it's like, I will not go back to that, especially not for someone who doesn't know themselves to even know what the hell they want. I'm getting some relationship tea here. I feel like you guys have learned a lot of your life lessons through relationships. We have Gemini and Virgo. So we got air, fire, and earth now. Well, we had the element of air completely, talking about the signs that would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but I feel like this is the air element itself, not the air as it applies to the zodiac. I feel like you guys have a very mutable, almost always changing, an always changing nature. I saw a tweet not too long ago, and it says, normalize changing your opinion after you gain more information. That is like your mantra. You guys, someone who met you 3 months ago probably doesn't know you today. And I don't mean they don't know you like they don't still have your number. I mean, they don't know you as in you are not the same person. You guys are constantly changing. Gemini, very intelligent. Virgo, detail oriented. I feel like you come across as, I feel like you're a, I'm not getting soft. There's a soft nature to you. Some of you guys just have really soft skin. You have like a skincare routine, or like a body buffer. You buff your body. I'm seeing very specific energy here, but it's not soft. It's not soft as in, it's soft as in you can poke me, but not soft as in you can run over me. Like, I feel like you guys have a mild temper. I feel like too much will send you over the edge, but you can be poked. I feel like you kind of treat humanity as children in a way. You guys may see yourself as like, almost like, what would you call that? I'm thinking of like Archangel Michael, as an example of this. So like someone who's kind of like that middle ground between heaven and earth. Like, you almost have this perspective or feeling that you're not from here. You may come from a constellation of like highly intelligent beings. So like, I don't know, when people bother you or do something that would like be with the intention of hurting you, it's like you can be poked. I don't know how to explain that. There's an energy here of you don't take it too seriously because you understand people. You understand that they're just a child in a way. I don't know how to explain that. It's like they're not literally a child, but it's almost like you don't completely resonate with earthlings. You kind of see them as, I don't know. I feel like you guys have a lot of Saturnian energy as well. But we have Virgo here. Virgo is the maiden, the mother, detail oriented. I was just talking to group 2 a lot. They got a lot of Virgo energy. It's like that, you know, I lost the battle, but I win the war type of energy. One thing about Virgo is they will play the long game. They will play the long game. Whereas you thought you won just because you won the battle. Ha! You thought you're in for a rude awakening. We got the earth at the bottom of the deck. So you guys have strong Earth energy. I feel like you're grounded. I feel like you respect Earth. I feel like that's what it is. Not necessarily that you feel that you come from Earth and this is your first incarnation. More like you have a lot of respect for Earth and what it does, though. You understand the purpose of Earth. You know that Earth is the place that you come to learn certain things or to experience certain things. You know that Earth is very special. You have a lot of respect for Earth, period. I'm not getting that as saying like you're necessarily from Earth or that you have a lot of Earth sign energy, but you have a lot of respect for the planet that you're able to incarnate on. You understand that without this space to incarnate, you could not be. So you have a lot of respect for Earth. And I feel like it really pisses you off to see people litter. Like, ooh, oh my God. So I'm driving with my friend, right? When we were in high school. This chick took our whole Checkers bag. Checkers, if you have Checkers in your in your area, then you know, but it's just fast food. It's not about the Checkers, but she took our whole Checkers bag and threw it out the window. Child, we were at a stoplight. The lady behind us got out of her car, picked up the Checkers bag and threw it back in my friend's face. She was like, that's just ridiculous. I don't know why I channeled that. Seriously, I haven't even thought about that in years. That's like one of those small things that was funny at the time, but not something you remember like a decade later. That's a channeling that came out for me to resonate with this energy. So I feel like you guys are like, it just pisses you off when people litter because it's just so unnecessary. It's like, okay, maybe you're not an environmentalist and you don't do the most to preserve Earth or try to reverse, you know, what we have done. But maybe you're not passionate about really going in, but to just be careless and commit crimes against Earth by littering, no, I won't have it. Like, I just get that, like, your energy, like, you can be poked, but when you see ridiculousness, all right, let's see what else comes out. For group 3 with the Appetite Stone. We have the Companion. Yeah, you're definitely a great person to have as a friend, a great person to be around. Your energy, your vibes, your vibes. I hate that word vibes, but that's the best way to explain it. Like, you guys really are a vibe. Your energy is very nice. It's very nice to be around. And a lot of people feel like nice means like, oh, you'll do anything and you can be run over, but it's just like the feeling is nice, the energy itself is nice, but it cannot be, you know, run over and dominated. So I just feel the need to keep making that clear because I know some of you are going to be like, no, but yeah, you're a good-hearted person, and you may not even feel like you resonate with that energy just because of the way that people understand what nice means, you know. Your niceness doesn't mean that you can be taken advantage of. That's not what makes you nice. So I feel like if you know what nice and kind really means and is really about, then you can better resonate with this energy, because some of you guys are like, I'm not that nice, I don't have that good of an energy, and it's like, you really do, because you're balanced and fair. Don't allow this world to make you feel like you're not a good person or you're not a kind person just because you don't do the most for people who don't freaking deserve it. The Companion, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. I feel like you guys are unselfish when it matters, but it's like not with the foolishness. Like, for an example, if you see a kid, you know, say there's a kid that, I don't know, you're at a cookout and you have like 3 suckers. You'll see that kid not really talking to anyone, not hanging out with someone. You'll give a sucker to the kid. You'll extend them some kindness. But there's a jerk at the party that just feels entitled to everything, and they see that you have 2 suckers left. Ooh, can I have one? No. And I feel like they'll be shook. Like, you just gave the kid one. I thought you were a nice person. It's like, I am a nice person when it makes sense. Now, I'm not with the foolishness. I'm not so just nice. I'm not a pushover. You know, that's not what nice is about, giving to people who don't deserve it. Nice and kind is about when it's time and appropriate to tap into your humanity. Your humanity, you do. It's not about just giving to the point where, you know, with people who don't deserve it, or it's not. Just know I see you, okay? I see you. I see you, group 3. You're not with the foolishness, but you really are a kind and giving person. But no, like, to people who don't deserve it, or people who just feel entitled and they feel like they can come to you with the BS, no. We have the hedonist, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. So you think highly of yourself. I love that. You also see the beauty in life, even through like pain. I feel like you guys still feel whole and you still feel love. This is a very woo-woo kind of pile, because it's like we're talking about energy, and trying to convert energy into words is like trying to take something from the left brain and put it into the right brain. You know, they're two totally different processes, but I see that, like, I feel like you guys still have a love, a respect for life, for energy, for Mother Earth, even though everything's not like pleasant here, you know. I was just telling group 2 something like that as well. You may have felt called to that group as well. We have the alchemist, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. It's the climb, baby. Like, you know, I feel that energy with you guys super strong. Like, you still have gratitude and love and respect for your journey. For me, I am so like such a homebody now, but I had like a spiritual phase, or sorry, not a spiritual phase, but a party phase where I was out meeting new people every day, drinking every day, smoking every day, meeting people, and those were the times of my life. But also the life that I live now, I absolutely love and adore, because I've allowed myself to grow and transform, and I haven't associated happiness or my youth with having to live any certain kind of way. So even though I'm still in my 20s, a lot of people will tell me, you're wasting your 20s, this is the time of your life. And I'm like, I have the life that I love now. I don't need to escape to a club. I don't need to be in a room surrounded by people, you know, and just noise to distract myself. I'm living the life that I love now. I'm not wasting my 20s. And with you guys, I feel like that energy with you, where it's like you have respect and love for every phase that you've been in. Even though you may have more money now, more opportunities now, less messed up things happen to you now, you still have so much love and respect for yourself and where you've been and all versions of yourself. I feel like most of you have already done this, but I'm seeing spirits kind of saying, you know, hug yourself, hug that older version of yourself, and thank them for walking so that you could run now. Thank them for going through the BS and standing up 10 toes to the messed up things that you've been through, so that you can learn what you have learned and that you can use now to now have the life that you love. You know, Spirit's kind of saying, like, take some time to really thank the older version of yourself and to appreciate them, because she or he or they went through like so much that made you who you are today, and they are to be respected equally, not despised, but, you know, be compassionate towards, you know, your younger self or your older version of yourself. Okay, so we have the thief and the martyr. Sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. I'm hearing "You Won't Break My Soul," Beyonce's song she came out with a little while ago. I'm hearing that there's an energy here of, I will not lose myself again. I feel like you guys lost yourself to find yourself. And then we have the martyr, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or to a cause. So yeah, you guys, you don't feel guilty for serving yourself. You don't like, and I feel like some of you are growing into this, because I kept feeling like reiterating, that doesn't make you a bad person. Almost like I'm fighting with someone's inner dialogue that hasn't really like grown to that part of the journey where they can love themselves fully. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Eight of Cups. People know not to take things too far with you. Eight of Cups, they know that you will walk away. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Even if you've built a solid foundation with someone or with something, I feel like you guys kind of demand respect these days. And if people don't give you that, they know there's only so far that they can take it with you. You know, like, you can be poked, but you cannot be run over. If people take things too far, they will lose you for good. And it doesn't matter who it is, to be honest. You demand respect. I feel like you guys have had to teach your family how to treat you and respect you, because they raised you, you grew up with these people, but now it's like, I'm not that same person, and I do have personal boundaries, and just because you're family, you can't run them over. I feel like there's a reteaching energy, like people who meet you today, I'm not that same person I was years ago. You can't try that same stuff with me. Friends, family, whoever. We have the High Priest. You guys have a lot of wisdom. You have a very strong sense of self and you command respect. You're like, people may find you intimidating. When we're talking about literal strangers that just see you in public, they see you as the person they don't try it on. They can't try that BS with. Or you may be like, you may be the kind of person where it's like you work at like some sort of retail, whether it's you work at a bank, you work at a clothing store, you work at a grocery store, some sort of like cashier type position, and your coworkers may tell you the craziest stories of like how customers have gone off on them, really tried them, and it's like they do not try that with you. Like strangers, complete strangers that just take you from face value, it's not that you look intimidating, like you wear leather, you got whips and chains and tattoos and tatted pierced up. It's literally your energy screams, don't try that with me. I am not the one. Your energy screams, I am not the one. So it's like, I just find it funny how like you work at the same place as these people, but their experience is very different from your experience, because people know she is not the one, he is not the one to try that with. Six of Pentacles, Queen of Swords in reverse. You seem to be lucky, or someone who attracts good opportunities. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Wands. I feel like you guys are always down for an adventure within reason. As long as it's safe, you're willing to try like anything once, I feel like. And I don't mean like it has to be perfect. Like you would try skydiving. With skydiving or with like, you know, taking certain things, like there's always like some sort of risk that things can go wrong. But I feel like where you are today is very different than where you were 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Calculated risk, calculated fun. Your version of going fun is now like, I have the money to actually travel and go to some place that has a lot of different like tourist activities that you can do, like Vegas or New York or California. Like I feel like you guys have the money to travel and go somewhere that can bring you fun now, whereas you may have been seeking fun in a shady way in the past, like going to dangerous places in your city. I feel like now you're in a totally different place than where you were like 5 years ago, and now you have more resources where you can have more fun and you can do more things. Or you're walking into this is energy that you give off. You may develop into this, and I even felt like before that this is a group where you guys are kind of at different points of your journey. Some of you are just now growing into this phase where you're really coming into yourself. Some of you are already here. You've already been here. But yeah, it's like calculated risk and fun. You're really that same person, but also not, you know, like your soul, your spirit has not changed, but what you do and do not partake in, will and will not allow, that is what has changed. And also, I feel like as long as it's safe, you will have fun. But I don't feel like you guys go for cheap thrills anymore. We got the Seven of Swords in reverse. Yeah, and Seven of Swords is a card of self-sabotage. You will have fun, you will engage, but not when it's like crazy, hectic, chaotic, and dangerous. With like beyond reason. We have the Six of Wands. You've leveled up, you've grown up, like, you know, like there's a level of maturity here that you guys have reached. A very strong sense of self that has been developed, I feel, through experiences, through life, living life. One thing about you cannot say that you have not lived. And also, people who meet you nowadays, I feel like they would be genuinely surprised to hear your story. Genuinely surprised to see what you used to get into, who you used to hang out with, what you used to be about. Like, I feel like you are very different than you used to be. We got the Eight of Wands. I feel like you guys are like an arrow about to be shot into your next version of your life. Ace of Cups in reverse. There is a version of you that has died off, and I'm hearing more in her, more in him, because there is a version of you that was naive, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed, and I feel like people took advantage of you. So I do feel like, you know, you've kind of frozen over in a way where you won't be able to tap into certain levels of maybe like vulnerability, or that there, you know, if this is your pile, if you've stuck along this long, you know what I'm talking about. There is something that is, the chapter is closed. She's not here anymore. He's not here anymore. They're not here anymore. And that is kind of sad, but healing that is a part of your process. And I feel like the memory will never go away. She's always in your heart. He's always in your heart, but protected by you, under your care, protected by the version of you that you are now. So, you know, she, he, they still live within you, but I don't feel like that's a version of you that people will get to experience, and they don't deserve her anyways. I keep wanting to say her specifically. I feel like I'm talking to a feminine. They don't deserve her anyways. That's a part of yourself that you deserve to keep, you know, and you don't have to bare your soul to this world. You are your own, you know, you deserve to keep certain parts of you yours. And that's something that now you just get to explore, and, you know, you just get to experience now, but other people won't experience. I don't feel like anymore. That's what I have for you, group 3. My Etsy shop is linked in the description below. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. But that is everything I got for you. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, this is for group 4 with the green zebra stone. Let's jump right in. We're using the Gilded Tarot for you guys today. And we're gonna see, how do people see you? First impressions, how do they perceive your energy? Spirit, this is for group 4 with the green zebra stone. How do people see them? How do they take their energy? How do people view them? Ooh, we got a lot of earth energy so far. We got Taurus, we got earth. You seem to be very natural. You seem to be, I'm seeing like body butter. You may be someone, you make your own body butter, or you like to use, like, you really like to take care of your skin. And I don't mean your face per se, I mean like your skin, like something about soft skin, something about smells and luxury. You like fragrance. You're the type of person who wears fragrance to bed. Like, you like to smell good. You take extra time with your skincare. I feel like I'm seeing that, like, I think it's Tree Hut, I think it's the brand. I don't have any, but it's a sugar scrub, or maybe like a salt scrub. I don't know, some sort of body scrub I'm seeing. Something about you guys smell really good. Your fragrance smells so good. It could be your hair, it could be your body, but people may compliment you on your scent a lot. Like, ooh, you smell good, oh my God. Something about, and I'm seeing someone who mixes fragrances. You mix perfume, so you may wear like an oil, like an oud, or like, you know, some sort of oil, and then you'll also put on like spray perfume, and you'll even like mix different perfumes to make different scent creations. Something like that I'm getting too. Ooh, we got fire. See, and that's interesting because I'm seeing like it's radiating off of you. You have this inner fire that's warming up your outer aura, your outer scent, and making your aura, your magnetism that much more powerful, that much more noticeable. Something about the fire within you really like projects all that you are farther. Like, you have a bigger aura, or a stronger aura than most people. And I'm seeing like the fragrance oil heat up. So it's like people can smell you or sense you farther away. I feel like you guys may have, I don't know what it's called. Is it telekinesis? You have the ability to plant thoughts in other people's minds. People dream about you a lot. A lot of people see you in the dream space. You may get a lot of people that are like, do we know each other? Do I know you? Because they've seen you in the freaking 5D or the astral or the dream space. Also, people who like you romantically, RIP to them, because their whole head thought everything is going to be filled with you, whether they know you enough, whether they have a crush mutually back on you. It's like, once you kind of plant that seed on another person, because you have this ability to transfer your energy, because your aura, your energy is so powerful, it really does affect other people. So it's like people kind of have no choice but to fall in love with you because of how. And also people are so like, it's almost like people really do get entranced by you. I'm getting like Spider Queen energy, where it's like, man, yeah, we got Venus that came up. So you guys have a lot of Venusian energy, a lot of Venus energy, and we have Cancer, you know, a soft shell, something about you, or sorry, a soft center with a hard shell. Something about you, people really want to get to know you. which may be frustrating for you. You may find that people are very curious about you. They want to know your whole story. And then after they know your story, it's like they just got done watching a movie and they're like, oh my God. And then they kind of walk away. You know, people may, once they get like, they have this hunger, this thirst to know more about you, to get closer to you. And once they do that, you may find that people check out and they're like, wow, it's overwhelming. And then they walk away like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like watching like a 2-hour plus movie. You know those movies that are like dumb long? I don't know why King Kong is coming to my mind. I feel like because that's one of the longer movies I watched. And it was like a thing, like, dang, that movie is long. Something like that, where it's like a jam-packed with action. That's how you are. You guys are like a walking movie. You're an experience. You really are an experience. It's like people want to get their popcorn. They get all excited when they're around you too. It's like, I don't know, people may find like, ooh, let me get my cigarette, like, or let me get my drink. Like, I don't know. It's something about your energy makes people like, okay, let me get my vices because I'm about to experience them. It's like they get really excited or something like that. Like people get very excited around you. You may find that people get really nervous around you. You are an experience though. You are an experience. You are a walking movie. It's like entertainment. I feel like this plagues you though. I feel like you're kind of like, it feels like, you know, you're a freak show and you're wanting people to stay. I feel like that's what you guys struggle with. I mean, because fire, earth, Cancer, Taurus, and Venus energy together, this is a very unique, very tasty, delicious, yummy, yummy, yummy energy. But it's like you don't eat cake every day. You want someone to have the intelligence not to try to eat the entire cake in one day. Try to consume all that you are in one day. You want to meet someone that will slowly unravel you and also not make you feel used by trying to get everything that they can out of you as quickly as possible. I feel like that's something that you guys kind of struggle with, like people like being obsessed with you very quickly and temporarily, but then kind of tapering off. Okay. I feel like you guys are low-key very sensitive, but very emotionally intelligent. See, the thing about Cancers, a lot of people don't know. Cancer, I watched this video one time. It was a video on YouTube and it was like the most dangerous zodiacs, like 12 to 1. And it actually was Cancer as number 1, the most dangerous, right after Scorpio. And it was surprising, but I just had this epiphany. I was like, that is so freaking true, because my mom's a Cancer child. My stepdad's a Cancer. I have a lot of Cancers in my life. I'm a Cancer. And Cancers, though, you know, we do have big hearts, Cancers can be very manipulative. Cancers can be very manipulative and very tapped into emotions. And the reasons why that can be very dangerous is because for an empath or a Cancer or someone with this type of energy, they know how you feel. They can feel how you feel kind of immediately. They can read the room. They can read a person. And the reason that this can be dangerous is because whereas most people won't pick up on how you feel or what you're really attracted to, people who have this observative, receptive energy where they allow themselves to feel can then make better choices that will actually accomplish their goal. So if someone wants to make you fall in love with them, someone who is quick to take action may just do whatever they feel is best in the moment. But the reason why this energy can be dangerous and manipulative is because they will take a beat to be receptive and say, what is the thing that's gonna get me closest to them? Not what's most likely in general to charm a person like this, but they'll take a moment and they'll stop and they'll feel your energy. I feel like you guys have the ability to kind of like read minds. Read energy. You know, I don't know what it is about you, but you know what someone's deepest desires are, and you will use that to your benefit. So it's like you guys may have had a phase or a villain era where you use this power against people because of frustration of people wanting to just consume you in a day. Then you turned into Ursula. Like, okay, try it if you want to. I'm gonna suck you up. You're thinking you're getting closer to me. And even that is very telling. You know, oh, this person, they're someone who's easily stimulated. Let me play on that and make them feel like they're getting close to me when really I'm not giving up anything. I'm a naturally giving or open person. This is nothing to me. But Got you though. All right, let's keep going with you guys. You're a very complex group 4. Let's see. How do people see them? We have the child eternal. You have a very childlike, playful nature. Some of you guys may like baby talk. I don't know why I'm hearing Angelica from Rugrats. You may be like a little mischievous, playful, and I didn't want to jump to conclusions when I saw earth energy and say, oh, you give off a fairy or an earth angel type of energy. But the thing about fairies is they're trickster spirits. They're very tricky. There's also a lot of illusions with fairies. So I feel like, you know, people may take you as sweet and you use that to your advantage. You come off unassuming. You come off as, you know, widow pile 4 that, you know, isn't gonna hurt you, and then you get them. You guys definitely are still tapped into your childlike spirit though. The child eternal says determination to remain young in the body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. I feel like you guys are most likely to try to go vegan. Someone I feel like has tried to go vegetarian or vegan like 3 times. Spirit is saying try one more time. Spirit is saying you have the recipes. You know what you like. That's the thing. You guys may be the type of people that you eat the same things over and over and over again because you know what you like. You may be the kind of person that gets obsessed with a dish and then you eat it until you literally cannot eat it anymore. You have your things that you like. That's like something very specific though coming up for someone. Spirit's saying try that one more time. Okay, so then we have the saboteur and the engineer. The engineer says ability to give creative energy, a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. I feel like you guys are very specific about how you like things. Something about your house, it's like you like to be around people, but you don't like to have people over at your house because you hate when people move your things or touch your things or use your things. Like everything has a purpose. I feel like you guys shop and it's frustrating when people come over and they eat things because they're like, oh, they got this in their fridge, let me just eat that. She got 2 more, she ain't gonna mind. And it's like, those 3 things were already spoken for. I got recipes they were gonna go into. But anyways, I feel like you guys are very solution oriented and very efficient. There's something about efficiency or buying in bulk I'm picking up for someone. We have the saboteur, highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring into your life. Let me repeat that. Highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring into your life. So if people want to be in your life, they're going to have to like really stand up. They're going to have to really be ready because you don't allow weakness. You're like the friend that people come to when they're ready to really leave that man, really leave that woman, get out of that relationship. Like you're not the friend that people come to that they can just complain and cry to. And mostly it's because of your soft heart. It really does affect you. You really do hang on to it. And with earth placements, I find that earth placements specifically struggle with regeneration. Like things that would affect somebody for like 3 days can affect earth placements for 3 weeks. They have a hard time like regenerating and like letting it go. It like weighs on them. It gets stuck in their energy sometimes. So with you guys, like people if they want to be friends with you or in a relationship with you, they have to be ready to stand up, to be the best version of themselves, to be empowered, not to be a victim. You're not the kind of person who wants to be in a relationship just so you can be lazy together and enable each other and pat each other on the butt and say, it's okay, baby, you gave it your best, or it's okay, you shouldn't try. Like, it's no. People have to be ready to be empowered if they want to be in your life. And I feel like this change, because I'm hearing it was a change. You didn't always used to be this way. I feel like you guys, you may still not have very many friends, but I feel like you kind of like had this phase out energy of your friends. Like, I feel like the people you used to be friends with are no longer in your life because they could not stand this energy. They weren't ready to stand up. And then we have the scribe. It says, preserving knowledge and information. So I feel like you guys are a watcher. I feel like you guys, you may like to people watch, but a scribe is someone who always remembers, and a scribe is someone who learns through observation. Some people have to bang their head, they have to go through things, and I feel like you have had that experience to some degree, especially with this Taurus energy. One thing about Taurus, they're not backing down. You may think they're backing down, but they're not backing down. They're either facing it head on, or they've already made a plan to get around you. They're not backing down though. They're not turning around and fall into the wayside and allowing themselves to be dominated though. Dang, what was I saying? I forgot what I was even saying. All right, let's see, and we'll get some tarot. We have the Virgin, surprisingly, maintaining symbolic purity of the heart and spirit. So I feel like you guys are very self-preserving. I could totally believe that, especially with the Cancerian energy, even Taurus energy. Taurus is, one thing about them, they're gonna get their beauty sleep. One thing about them, they're gonna have a comforting meal. They're gonna take time out for self-care. They're gonna take time out to be alone. They're gonna take time out to be with their own thoughts, to do what they wanna do, to watch the shows that they wanna watch. I feel like you guys are self-preserving, and people may see it as selfish. And hold on, one of these cards are already flipped over. People may see it as selfish, but that's just because they give too much of themselves. They refuse to learn the lesson that you can't give anything to anyone with an empty cup. We have the Ace of Cups here. You guys love yourselves, and I feel like certain people want to try to make you hate yourself for whatever reason, but one thing about you, like, you love you some you. We have the Page of Swords in reverse and the Two of Wands. That's interesting. You can be very indecisive. Your own head, I feel like, is a battleground. Yeah, we got the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you struggle with yourself. I feel like, yeah, we have the Hangman and the Death card here. I feel like you make the decisions, or you take the action that has to be made, but you fight yourself about it for weeks after you made the decision. You know it's the best decision to make. People think it's easy. It's not easy. You know, I feel like there's an internal struggle that people would not expect. They see you as cold and callous, and it's really just like, no, I'm the person that will stand up and do what needs to be done to get from point A to point B, but it does not mean that this is easy. It does not mean that it doesn't affect me. And also, I'm picking up with you guys, you don't, I'm picking up on someone is like, but doesn't that hurt? And you're like, yeah, it hurts, but you don't stop at the emotion. You know what I mean? You'll still go through with something even if it hurts. I feel like someone around you, it's like a mother figure or maybe a friend, who's like, I don't know, they like stop at the emotion, and you don't do that. Page of Swords in reverse, Two of Wands. You guys really struggle with making decisions a lot of the time, or you struggle with the decisions that you've had to make, even though it was the decision that had to be made for, you know, the best of everyone. It's hard to be in your shoes. People don't get it. People think that you're, you know, strong or just cold and callous, and it's like, no, because I have to be strong. Who else is going to stand up and do this stuff, you know? The Hangman, I feel like you guys have mastered the art of surrender. It's like you may have a routine, like after a hard decision, or, you know, something that you have to do that's difficult. I feel like you may have like a ritual that you do, like you have a certain meal, like pad thai, and then you watch a certain movie. I feel like you guys have a comfort movie. Whenever you feel sad or down, you have like a comfort movie that you always watch, and like a meal you always go to. Eight of Wands in reverse. Work smarter, not harder. And also, same city, same friends. If you're looking for me, I'm hearing I'll be here just swinging. Wow, you know, you guys, group 4, I feel so much sadness, but also there's an it is what it is type of energy with you guys. I'm hearing, I don't think it's called Swinging by Drake, but I'll be here just swinging, eyes closed, just swinging. I feel like it's hard to explain, because it's like, no, you're not going to go through what you've been through. You're not in the same places where people left you. But also emotionally you are, though. Like, you still live with that hurt, or, you know, like I'm tapping into like a heavy heart or a lot of sadness, you know, that people think it was easy for you. And it's like, it's just hard. It's hard to always be this person that, you know, people, and they think is easy. They don't understand it. Like, trying to work through this energy, but it's hard to explain. Like, people just don't get it. They don't get you. They don't get it. Like, this weighs on my heart. This hurts me too. And you wish that you could just tell someone, but you know that they don't even have it in them to process the illumination. It's like you can't even keep it real with someone because it's just going to be too much weight on their shoulders, or they're not going to get it, you know? I feel like you guys have a very high, like, emotional tolerance, or high tolerance for emotional pain or something like that, but it still hurts and it still affects you. We have the King of Wands in the World card. The message that I'm getting from Spirit is the work that you've done is not going to be for nothing. We have the King of Wands in reverse and the World card here. There is an energy of you guys feeling like it's all been for nothing, or, you know, you've put in so much love and energy into people and given so much of yourself until you had absolutely nothing. And then people demonize you for it. And it's like, how could you forget that I was literally used? I had nothing. You took from me, you know? And it hurts me not to be your friend anymore, because I know what I did for you, and I know that, you know, I have the, like, it's so much. It's just so much. It's so much. Spirit is saying you will reap the life where you're taken care of. For King of Wands in reverse, all the things that you've done in the past, it's not all for nothing. Yeah, and that's crazy because I just looked over at the bottom of the deck. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. You're very much still living with that, still attached to those experiences, like things that people feel like it was easy for you to decide or do. You still are working through the pain of that, because yes, you had to make the decision, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't hard or painful, or you don't still live with it, or, you know what I mean? Spirit is saying with this World card, you're gonna have the life that you deserve from all that you've given. That is what I have for you, group 4. My Etsy shop is linked in the description below. If you want a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. But I love you. That is what I have for you today, and I'll talk to you soon.